Before explaining the new arrangements for Atlantic LNG, it helps to know what the old arrangements were. The Trinidad and Tobago government held a 10% stake in the company's Train 1 and 11% in Train 4. There are 2 other trains. The remaining shares in Trains 1 and 4, as well as the stake in Trains 2 and 3, were owned by a Chinese firm, CIC, along with BP and Shell. After almost 5 years of negotiations, with Train 1 out of commission, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley outlines this country's holding in the remaining trains.
Well, 10% of 3 trains as against 11% of 1 train. I think you do the maths on that. We are a whole lot better off with 10% in the unified business.
The Prime Minister noted the liquefied natural gas was formerly sold at a price based on Henry Hub, the U.S. natural gas market. Now, the price is an average of a basket of market prices.
You have JKM, which is a marker for the Asian market. You have something called TTF, and you have NBP. So TTF and NBP are out of Netherlands and the United Kingdom. And then the third marker is actually a discount on Brent.
JKM is the Japan-Korea LNG price assessment. Energy and Energy Industries Minister Stuart Young shared details on the duration of the newly negotiated LNG contract.
Initially, it's a 25-year agreement, all right? Because what you're doing is you're extending the liquefaction licenses 2, 3, and 4. The first part will come into force in October 2024, which is next year when 2 and 3 expire, and then 4 expires in 2027.
In addition to the LNG changes, there's also a change on how taxes are levied on this country's natural gas.
Royalty on natural gas at the wellhead. In that way, we laid a claim because we claim to be the owners of that gas. And as it leaves the wellhead, the people of Trinidad and Tobago must get a benefit immediately. Initially, the reaction was that it has to be passed on to NGC. We had to fight that. We had to negotiate that away to allow that royalty to remain with the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
The Prime Minister indicated there's also a change on how this country sells its gas.
We negotiated arrangements that said if the prices rise, we will get part of that benefit too, increased benefit. Had we not got the agreement by standing our ground when we were threatened with plant closures as part of the contract negotiations in Point Lisas.
I am Terry Ann Brown Campbell, and this is Evolving Energy.